Men, if your woman is cheating, there are 5 simple questions that will expose her completely. I'm a woman and I know exactly how we think. What I'm about to tell you could save you from months of torture and uncertainty, but make sure you watch this entire story until the end, because question number 4 is the one that reveals everything. Most men miss this completely today, are sharing secrets of female psychology that most men will never understand. If this helps you, smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and definitely write in the comments what city you are from. I'm genuinely curious to know where you are all listening from. Now let's get real. Cheating isn't always physical betrayal. Often it starts in the mind and emotions, in those tiny behavioral changes you can't quite put your finger on. And there are 5 questions that work like a lie detector. Question 1, how was your day? The simplest question becomes the biggest trap when a woman is cheating. Her day is filled with events she absolutely cannot tell you about. So her answers become either way too brief or ridiculously detailed about completely unimportant stuff. Here's what's happening in her head. A cheating woman's mind is constantly editing her reality. She's running 2 parallel stories, the one she can tell you and the one she definitely cannot. This mental juggling act shows up in how she talks about her day. Listen for these red flags. 1, one-word answers fine. Okay, normal. 2, excessive detail about meaningless events, and 3, nervousness. When you ask follow-up questions, here's what I mean. You ask, how was work today? She goes, oh, Marina brought this new coffee. We spent like 30 minutes discussing the flavor. Then I rearranged some files, organized my desk twice. Talked to Janet about her cat's vet visit. Too many details about insignificant stuff equals hiding something major. A woman with nothing to hide gives you the highlights, not a minute-by-minute breakdown of meaningless activities. But the next question gets even more revealing. Question 2, who did you talk to today? This is where the psychological trap gets deeper. A cheating woman will either forget to mention a specific person or mention him way too often, trying to normalize his presence in her life. Here's her thought process. She knows she can't completely hide this person's existence, so she tries to control the narrative. She'll either slip him in casually, oh, and Jake from accounting said hi, or she'll bring him up constantly in innocent context to make his presence seem totally normal. What to look for first, excluding a specific person from her daily stories. Second, mentioning a friend or colleague way too frequently. Third, getting defensive when you ask about this person. And fourth, her tone completely changes when she says his name. Pay attention to patterns if she used to mention everyone she talked to, but suddenly there's this gap. Or if someone new appears in every single story. Your antenna should be way up. Here's the key insight. If she starts defending someone before you've even criticized them, that's a red flag the size of a football field. But wait until you hear question number 3, because this one reveals her deepest psychological changes. Question 3, why did you change your habits? Infidelity changes a woman from the inside out. She starts caring for herself differently because she's seeing herself through another man's eyes. New hairstyle, gym membership style changes. These can all be major signs. The psychology here is fascinating. When a woman is emotionally or physically involved with someone new, she experiences what psychologists call renewed self-awareness. She starts noticing things about herself she hadn't thought about in years. Her appearance, her body, her style, everything gets reevaluated through the lens of this new attention. Specific changes to watch: sudden interest in fitness after years of being inactive, dramatic wardrobe changes, new beauty routines she's never cared about before. Unexplained schedule changes, but here's the crucial part. Ask directly what made you decide to change the specific habit. Pay attention not to the answer, but to the pause before it. Truth flows naturally, lies need construction time. I remember a client telling me his wife suddenly started wearing perfume to grocery store trips when he asked why. She paused for 3 full seconds, then said, I just want to smell nice. 3 seconds might not sound like much, but when someone asks why you're wearing perfume to buy milk, the natural response is immediate. Either I don't know or I like how it smells. Those pauses indicate mental editing, but here comes the most powerful question of all. Question 4, can I see your phone? This isn't about control, it's about reaction. A woman with nothing to hide might roll her eyes, but she'll hand over the phone. A cheating woman will find 1,000 reasons why that's impossible. The psychology here is primal. Our phones contain our entire digital lives. And when someone is living a double life, their phone becomes Fort Knox. But it's not just about what's on the phone, it's about that immediate emotional response to your request. Typical excuses: why do you need my phone? Don't you trust me? The battery died, it's broken, it's glitching, I need to clean it up first. Here's a psychological trick, don't insist. Simply say, okay, I understand. Just observe. A guilty conscience will make her keep explaining. An innocent woman might be annoyed, but she won't keep justifying why you can't see her phone. Watch her body language too. Does she unconsciously move the phone away from you? Does she seem relieved when you drop the subject? These tiny reactions tell the real story. And now for the final question that cuts right to her emotional core. Question 5. What do you feel about us? The most complex question. A cheating woman cannot answer this honestly because her emotions are completely split. She'll either be way too emphatic about her love or dodge the question entirely. This question cuts right to the emotional core. When a woman is emotionally invested elsewhere, she can't access genuine feelings about your relationship. Her emotional energy is diverted, and this question forces her to confront that reality. Signs of emotional infidelity. Avoiding eye contact while answering, using general phrases instead of specific feelings, getting aggressive about the question or trying to turn the conversation to your shortcomings. Listen for authenticity. Real emotion has texture, specificity, spontaneity, manufactured emotion, sounds rehearsed, generic, or overly dramatic. A faithful woman might say, I love how you make me laugh, especially when you do that silly voice. I feel safe with you. Like when you held me during that storm last month, a cheating woman might say, Of course I love you. Why would you even ask that? We're great together. Everything's fine. Notice the difference. One is specific and vulnerable. The other is defensive and vague, but there's one more secret. Most men completely miss bonus body language never lies. While her words might be carefully crafted, her body tells the truth. Women are generally better at controlling their verbal responses than their physical ones. Nonverbal signs to watch, touching her face or neck while answering, crossing her arms during uncomfortable questions, turning her body away from you, nervous gestures, hair twirling, adjusting her clothes the most telling sign. Watch her feet. When people lie, they unconsciously position their bodies to escape. If her feet are pointing toward the door while she's telling you everything's fine, her subconscious is already running. Also, pay attention to timing. Truth tellers answer questions in a natural rhythm. Liars either answer too quickly, that's rehearsed responses, or too slowly. That's construction time, right? Body in the comments if you've seen these signs. Remember, guys, these questions aren't tools for interrogation. There are ways to understand whether your relationship is worth fighting for or if it's time to let go. If a woman is cheating, it's better to know the truth now than live in complete illusion. Which of these signs was most surprising to you? Write in the comments the number of the questions that hit hardest, and don't forget to mention your city. Let's create a map of where you are all listening from. If this opened your eyes, smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. There are so many more secrets of human psychology coming that will completely change your life. See you in the next one, guys. And remember this, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to protecting your heart. The truth might hurt, but uncertainty hurts more, and you deserve clarity. You deserve someone who chooses you completely, not someone who keeps you as a backup plan while exploring other options.